Hi guys, Amanda Plevell of drfoodie.live. I wanted to jump on and do a food functions charting of for somebody that needs to either health-wise or weight loss or just for health in general, needs to avoid carbs, and why going gluten-free is not just the only thing that you have to consider. It's not just avoiding the gluten, it's not just avoiding the wheat, and I want to show you that through our food functions. So if you haven't learned about food functions, go to drfoodie.live. There'll be a tab there that says Food FX. Click on that and it's a video explaining what food functions are. So to be kind of just general about it, our food functions are builders, eliminators, congestors, and lubricators, and we want to make sure that they're in balance, or we're not going to have the acidity and alkaline balance, we're not going to have the functions of mucus and inflammation, we're not going to have that accounted for in our diet. So I'd care less about the nutrition, necessarily what goes on your plate. I care more about what's happening inside the body once it gets in. Now, for eliminators, we typically want 2 to every one of the acidic columns, which are the builders and congestors. So congestors that's all of your carbs and your grains. So these are things like your grains and your pastas and your corn and your noodles and your rices and your cereals. That's all in the congester category. Typical American SAD diet generally builds off of the builders and the congestors, and we just don't get enough of these eliminators. Eliminators are divided into groups of fruits, vegetables, and then the greens and herbs. Now we need 2 to every one of the builders and congestors. So if we tally 9 of the builders and congestors combined, that means we would need 18 eliminators to balance that out. So when a person is going on a diet to reduce their carb intake, keep in mind, so the carbs that we should be getting are this middle column here, the vegetable carbs. So these are our cruciferous vegetables. These are basically all vegetables. Like cabbage, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower, peas, all of those other vegetables, not the greens, not the herbs, and not the fruits. But the vegetables are really where we should be getting our carbs. When we're avoiding, like the wheats and we're on a gluten-free diet and we're trying to eliminate some of the grain, we have to understand that grains are the congester function. So I get the question all the time, if we are on a gluten-free diet, how often can we eat that or how many times? Keep in mind that the idea is not just to remove the wheat and eat a gluten-free diet and now just eat as much as we were eating of all those congester foods. We still want to reduce this congester column. This is the column where mucus lies. This is the column where inflammation lies. This is the column where we are eating them way out of function in balance to the other functions that we need to keep in mind. So when you're doing like gluten-free pasta, gluten-free cereals, you still have to consider how often you should be eating them, okay? So if we just switch, and we're doing oatmeal and we're doing gluten-free pasta with our meatballs, and then we're having a slice of bread and we're having dessert or cookies, even if it's gluten-free, you can see that the congester column is still the problem. There's still a congester food. So we still need to balance out this column here with the eliminators. That's really what we want to try to increase. Whether you are on a carb-restricted diet for health, for diabetes, for weight loss, for keto, whatever your intention is, it's still this column that we need to increase. So I hope that helps. Check out drfoodie.live if you need any further clarification of things. I'm happy to help you by just emailing me at info@drfoodie.live, and that's spelled drfoodie.live. We'll see you again.